Alright everybody, welcome back to Midnight Comics. I'm Natasha.
And I'm Lloyd.
And today we are starting a new series called
What We're Reading.
And we're going to just pop it off right now. So to start, we are starting with
Absolver.
From Concrete Comics.
Yes.
Issue 1, 2, and issue 3.
3. We have, so we're going to be going through our first batch of what we're reading. We're going to be talking about a lot of Concrete Comics items. And again, we're starting off with Absolver here. The artwork is phenomenal. That goes without saying.
Even on the inside.
The story is pretty doggone good. I had the pleasure of moderate.
Ooh, there's this page.
Moderate a versus between Absolver and Watchmen, two Concrete Comics characters and stuff.
I like that.
So recently, I had to reread these stories. Both of those stories. And again, the artwork is great. Of course, there's some things that I want to see expanded upon in the story, of course. But this isn't a review. We're not talking about that.
Right. These aren't reviews. We're essentially giving you recommendations on what you should read based off stories that we read and we enjoy. We're not going to be sharing reviews. We're not going to be sharing things we don't like. These are all going to be stories we already like, so there's no point in giving you a review because you already know how we feel about them.
Yeah, but the design on the front cover, and all that being said, the design and stuff on the front covers, how they have everything laid out, which it's pretty uniform, but they've really got it down packed. But it looks good, the colors are good, the character looks cool. Badass, honestly, this is just phenomenal. Anything else you want to comment on these?
Well, first off, we should talk about who Absolver is and where he comes from, because of course he comes from, it's not called Purgatory.
Limbo.
It's called Limbo. He comes from Limbo, Limbo Purgatory.
Yeah.
They're different names for the same thing, essentially. And he is a...
Mezzo.
All right. So essentially, he is what we call a mezzo, and he comes from Limbo. And, even the first issue, he pops up, and you get to see just a little bit of his personality and how he feels about living creatures.
Yeah, he's going to say he's really new at all of this. You get to see him face off against demons. And a mercenary guy, which you'll see in issue 2, which was pretty interesting, pretty good. I don't want to expand on that. I shouldn't expand on it because it's not a review.
And then of course he has he has a cool move called Vanquish.
Oh, Heaven and Hell Fear on Absolver. It's great. It's awesome. Again, feels great. The printer that they have is amazing. All of this stuff, the lettering, it all came out fantastic. So.
And we most definitely recommend that you read it if you haven't picked it up and read it already, which... If you haven't, what are you doing with your life? Because Concrete, they've been around.
You're bugging, right.
I don't know what you've been doing with your life if you haven't heard of Concrete Comics. But next, we are also talking about Andy Starboy of Concrete Comics, which unfortunately, this has now become a one-shot.
Yeah.
However, I personally, I mean, you liked it. You liked it. I really loved the Andy Starboy one-shot. I really loved it. I wish there was going to be more. But I suggest that you still pick it up. And give it a read because it's a really good story.
It's very unique too.
It's extremely unique, and I love the concept. Of course,
he's green.
You can't see the colors because he's green, and we have a green screen up.
Yeah, it looks phenomenal.
But it looks great. We'll throw some stuff back there. And unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of green, so all the artwork that we're going to show is going to have to just get through.
We'll add that on there. Yeah,
but it's a really good story about.
He was human at first, and he turned into an alien based on the stuff that happened.
Yeah, there was like an event that happened, and it turned him into.
It turned people in the area into aliens. It shifted their genetic makeup, if you will,
to make them look like aliens.
But it's an interesting,
it's a cute. Superhero comedy story, and it flows really well. I do really wish there was going to be another issue.
Yeah,
I like the story.
But
it's actually sad to hear
that it was only going to be a one shot.
Yeah,
it looks phenomenal though, guys.
It does.
So
there's going to be pictures behind this. So we also have a nice little collector's card, which again has a lot of green in it. So I'm not going to put it up, but it's a good story. Both these are great stories, and if you haven't read them, I don't know what you're doing with your life, so go ahead and head over to Concrete Comics and pick those up. Also, we are Midnight Comics.
Yep.
If you hadn't read any of our stuff, you should definitely head down in the description, plop on over to our website.
midnightcomics.org.
And we have free previews of all of our stories.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have a Kickstarter coming up.
Yes, so our Kickstarter is going to be for Tales from Midnight Issue 2, which is already completed and, again, is in pre-launch right now. So definitely follow the Kickstarter right now. Tales from Midnight, of course, again, is our anthology series, in which we'll have more than one story all wrapped up in one book. In particular, this one, we have 3 stories wrapped up in one book. So,
however, if you have read the first one, it's longer than that one.
Yeah. So, yeah. I think that covers it. So, yeah, thank you guys. Of course, this is a new series that we're starting, what we're reading. Of course, they get more refined and all that other good stuff as we kind of go through this process.
But it's an idea we had, and we thought it was great because we always talk about how we support each other in the indie community, and we really do. We have so many indie comic books, so there's going to be a lot. And there will probably be stuff you haven't heard of. But it was like, we support each other. Well, let's show how much we support each other. Let's give you other recommendations outside of just our stuff that you can read. And they're all going to be good books. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on all of our various social media pages, which, of course, you'll see at the bottom.
So don't forget to head into that description.
There you go.
And we will see you guys on next week's episode of What We're Reading.
Yep.